Okay, so let's... Oh boy, hi everybody, how are you doing? It's been a heck of a day. So much stuff going on. I've been trying... I felt like I accomplished so much today, right? I'm going to do that jewelry article, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I had this movie review thing to be done. So I ended up doing that, getting that done. There is a giveaway on the blog, mommyramblings.org, where you can win an Amazon gift card. So go be sure and enter that. I think I have a link on the community page. The next thing I'm going to mention is that tomorrow I have an interview with a woman that had to cancel a couple weeks ago. So that'll be good. And it's the one that I said, oh, everybody should come on in. Now, hi TikTok, how are you? Hi Facebook, and hi YouTube. Hi Wanda Jackson and Kat and everybody over there. Hey there, Wanda, thank you for coming in. Let me get over to YouTube and make sure that YouTube is going live the way it should be. Hi YouTube. Hi Honey Floor. Kevin Leonard, Margot. Okay. So, some new stuff with Diddy. Did you hear the new stuff on Diddy, Honey Floor? So, not Busby, okay? Because as of now, Busby hasn't had any buzz about anything. He hasn't. He's done a lot of hot air. But that other lawyer, the one that had to drop that other client, well, she has a new lawsuit with allegations that, and I'm going to tell you her name. I don't want to butcher her name, so I don't. It's a woman, and she said that her client was R'd by Diddy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs, and then she was threatened with a knife. He told her to remove her clothes. They got lubricant from fanny packs. That's a big thing over there at the Diddy place. Apparently, allegedly, the staff wear fanny packs. And these fanny packs contain a variety of things from drugs to lubricants, things like that. Okay? So they took some lubricant from a fanny pack, she says, and they started like squirting her, spraying her with it, until it was like all over her, and at which time she started to feel like she wasn't in control of her body. So they're alleging that there are drugs, like date rape drugs, in the lubricants. And she was then assaulted, she said, and then the bodyguard joined in, and I believe there may even be another person that's implicated. So she says, along with that, and the Fed charges, she doesn't know of any other lawsuits. But then I'm wondering about Gloria Allred. Why doesn't she mention her suit with that Thalia Grace, or I think it's Grace. Kevin said it's Grace, though it probably could be wrong. So anyway, why didn't she mention her lawsuit? But she says that, her lawsuit with her victim is the only one with the feds. Remember that Diddy's going to go back in front of a judge on Thursday and ask for bail, right? Another judge. So let me see what I can pull up right over here about this lawyer. I want to get her name right, okay? There's also something I see here. Who is this around? I saw someone called April. Let me see something here. So, did you know that his 26-year-old son, Diddy's 26-year-old son, is being sued for assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, among other allegations? So, his son is in trouble there. He has a 31-page lawsuit brought on him by Grace O'Markay, claiming that she was SA'd while working on a yacht as a deckhand for the family during Christmas break of 2022 in the Caribbean. She's also asking that Sean Diddy Combs be held liable for his son's action for chartering the yacht, assuming responsibility for his guests throughout the Caribbean trip. O'Markay alleges that there was a constant rotation of suspected S-workers and other A-list celebrities such as French Montana after Cuba Gooding Jr. on the yacht. Markay alleges S-workers were sprawled out unconscious about the yacht, and it was difficult to distinguish which bottles of alcohol were laced with drugs and which bottles were not. In the early morning of December 28, 2022, a heavily intoxicated Christian Combs physically assaulted her, according to her complaint. She alleges that Christian blocked her from leaving, took off all of his clothes, forced himself on her, and forced her to perform oral gratification on him. And let's see. She is suing Diddy, blaming him for fostering an environment debauchery filled with suspected S-workers, violence, alcohol allegedly laced with drugs, and disrespect for the crew. So a lawyer for the father and son, Combs and Christian, calls the lawsuit claims lewd and meritless. The complaint is filled with the same kind of manufactured lies and irrelevant facts that we've come to expect from Blackburn, he said, referring to the lawyer who is also representing Rodney Jones. This is exactly why the federal judge in New York slapped him 2 days ago for a pattern of behavior in improperly filing cases in federal court to garner media attention, embarrass defendants with salacious allegations, and pressure defendants to settle quickly, and why he was referred to the disciplinary committee in the Southern District of New York. We will be filing a motion to dismiss the outrageous claim. Okay, but before that, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Okay. So I got my ADD just took me somewhere else, okay? Now where is... This is so crazy because I just... Hang on a moment. Okay, here we go. This is what I am looking for. Let me get a graphic up over here. Okay, so it's Ariel Mitchell Kidd. That's the lawyer, Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Let me get a picture of her. Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Cringe interview. Anne Hathaway. All right, come on. She's from Miami, Florida. She is an attorney and community lawyer from the people for the people. I'm just going to get you an image so that we know. Come on. I don't know why she doesn't have a, oh, I know why. Okay, here we go. I have to make this larger, I know. Hang on. Okay, so that's the attorney that is representing this client who has filed this lawsuit. And let's talk about what is being alleged in this lawsuit, okay? Ariel Mitchell Kidd gave details of her client's alleged attack, and she did that on an appearance with Ashley, or I don't know if it was Ashley or they're just calling it Banfield now. Banfield on Monday said that she plans to file a new lawsuit against Sean sometime this week. She said, my client, and I'm quoting her now, okay, quote, my client was Art by Mr. Combs, his bodyguard, and a friend. So 3 people, Combs, the bodyguard, and a friend, who invited my client to his home to set up this whole situation. She said that Combs threatened her client with a knife and made her take off her clothes before he doused her with an oil-like substance, which she claims may have been infused with a date or drug like GHB. And I quote her saying, and then he takes what she believes is some type of liquid substance out of a bag, out of a fanny pack to be specific, and he squirts it at her. And she originally thought it was like acid or something, but then she realized it was some type of lubricant or oil. Once the woman was covered in this oil, that's when the attack began, with first Mr. Combs, then the friend. In between the 2 of them, she was squirted some more with this, and then the bodyguard then attacked her and A'd her as well. As the alleged attack went on, the woman said her body got more and more limp, and she couldn't figure out what was causing it. It wasn't as if she was forced any drugs. She said she had a cup of water that she took a sip of, and she knew immediately it wasn't just water. But she only took a sip, and she felt that whatever the liquid was that was being squirted on her had something in it, which essentially debilitated her and her faculties. So the lawyer went on to tell there was a guest host instead of Ashley, it was Brian Enton, and she told Brian Enton that oil can be used topically as a conduit for specific drugs, for instance, GHB. And then she said, and I quote, so it seems to me that there were some types of drugs mixed into the oil, which is why he was dousing her with that in that oil prior, not only to make it easier to assault her, but that was what was lowering her defenses. She claimed her client was eventually able to make a harrowing escape get to safety after the gruesome attack. So, got that going on there. And let's see here. So that's another one. And I think is he publicly naming her? I'm looking at Garth Brooks. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, I do want to give you an update on Garth Brooks. Hang on. Isn't this, what do you think of this? But remind me that we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, Hailey Bieber posts a cryptic message with Justin's photo after Diddy's arrest. So let's see what she did here. Hailey Bieber sent a cryptic message sharing an old photo of her husband after Sean's trafficking arrest. She posted a 2017 photo of Justin flipping the bird at paparazzi in Queensland, Australia. Mood, she wrote atop the snap on her Instagram story. At the time the photo was taken, Justin, who was shirtless, was wearing striped swim shorts, and he told the media to F off, mate, before sticking up his middle fingers at them while he stood on Makepeace Island, which he rented from Sir Richard Branson for his stay. Okay, this is what she posted. Here we go. Come on, get over there. There we go. So they blocked out his fingers, but he was giving the finger on both hands. She put mood. That's their mood, right? Okay. That was after Diddy's arrest. In a video, he also yelled at the photographers, "F you, what's wrong with you?" Over the past few weeks, Justin's past friendship with Combs has been scrutinized after the Bad Boy Records founder alleged crimes came to light. Several creepy videos of the young pop star hanging out with Combs have resurfaced online, including one with the Act Bad rapper alluding to the wild antics he had, and then a teenage Justin were planning to get into that day, where we were hanging out, and what we were doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Combs teased, oh, I can't even talk tonight. Combs teased in the clip. Okay. He then said, "I don't have legal guardianship of Justin, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. We're going to go full buck, full crazy." Several creepy videos have surfaced, right? Justin chimed in, "going crazy." In another video that resurfaced, Sean Combs warned the baby singer not to talk about their hangouts in public. He knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. He said on Jimmy Kimmel Live, "Everything ain't for everybody." I'm sorry. Somebody needs to, what the heck? I don't know what he is wearing. What in the world? And what is she wearing? He almost looks like, this looks like it was like little Tiny Tim's walking stick. Didn't it? That stripe on his, with the way his hand was? And what does he act like? Hi, I'm Justin. I'm sorry, he's looking a little bit rough there. I hope he's okay because it's looking. I don't know when. I don't know if his wife is pregnant there or she's not. This is an old picture, but we saw him walking with those shoes the other day. I don't know if he's going through some little Lord Fauntleroy phase or something, but that is not a good look. That is not a good look. Like, I cannot imagine that is. That, man. Okay, sorry. Just saying. That's, I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, there was something else I said. I said, remind me, Garth Brooks, right? Remind me. Okay, I've got to go and get this. Well, apparently Trisha Yearwood just days before the lawsuit sold their Tennessee home for $1 million under the asking price. What do you think that was all about? I wonder. I don't know what. Okay, that's just a joke there. All right. Let me go and show you this. Hold on, I'm just closing some tabs over here because they're really aggravating me a little bit. Richard Gere is 75. Wow. Richard Gere is 75. Hold on, because this is closing some tabs for me, and it's taking its own sweet time. So we'll also check the hurricane, as I heard, switched a little bit of a direction. I think it's going to be going a little further south. Okay, let me just get this now, see if I can get over there. All right. All right, here we go. So here we go. I believe this is, no, that's not their house. Hang on. I'm just trying to bring up the right house here for you guys. So Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood have sold their Tennessee home for $3,340,000, and that was just hours before the musician was accused of R-ing his spouses and his makeup artist. Let's take a look at their home. I want to go into the actual listing, so hang on. Okay. You know, I had the right listing on my. Here we go. I don't know why this is not. It was originally listed for sale in 2023. But here, let me just put a picture of it while I get you the rest of the pictures. It served as the filming set for more than 100 episodes of Trisha Yearwood's cooking show, Trisha's Southern Kitchen. And I didn't even know she had a cooking show. Okay, I found that out the other day when somebody said they liked her cooking show, and I'm like, her cooking show? What cooking show? Didn't know anything about a cooking show. Let me pull this over here. So I don't know what's with her cooking show. Is her cooking show off the air, or what is she doing, right? All right, there we go. And we're gonna talk more about that in a second. Let me just see if I can get. With an asking price of $4.5 million, however, after failing to attract a buyer, Trisha and her spouse were forced to reduce their asking price several times, first to $3.95 million, then to $3.8 million, before finally finding an interested party. It's a 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom home. It was officially sold on October 2nd, one day before it was publicly revealed that Garth Brooks had been accused of R and SA in a lawsuit filed by a woman known only as Jane Roe. The lawsuit was filed in the California Supreme Court in Los Angeles County on October 3rd, which identifies Garth Brooks' accuser as a professional makeup artist and hairstylist with 30 years of experience, who was first hired to do Trisha Yearwood's hair and makeup in 1999. Okay, I want to get to... I just don't understand why I had this listing right here before, but See if we can get into it here. Okay. Come on. You can do it. It's so funny because I looked at this whole thing early this morning on my phone. I'm just angry that now that I want to get into that. Same thing. It doesn't want to cooperate. Just wants to be really crazy. Come on. Okay, let me... I'll shut down some other things here. Oh boy. Okay, we're starting to get some of them to close down. Come on, close down. Silly tabs. Tricks are for kids. You hear me clicking. I'm trying to shut down this tab, and I should just stop clicking and just let it try to close on its own, but it doesn't want to. Okay, I'm just going to close this out then. Let me just close some of these manual here. Okay. So they had quite a spread, but I don't know. Okay, she sold it, and would she just like try to get all of her assets somewhere else? Trying to think here. And what is she going to do with her cooking show? Let me see about Trisha Yearwood's cooking show. What's happening with that? Okay, Trisha's Southern Kitchen. Is it coming back? Has been no definite plan announced about the future of Trisha Southern Kitchen, nor a new cooking show starring Trisha. That was in July. Wasn't it in July when this woman started to come back into their lives? You know, someone I just see on the internet said, I hate Trisha Yearwood's Food Network show with such a burning passion. It is the same with all of these celebrity cooking shows. Valerie Bertinelli, Tiffany Thiessen, the chick from Sister Sister. What are they saying about them? The family stories and personality are more important than the actual cooking. Watch an episode of the next Food Network star and see that talking on camera and telling family stories are more important than actually showing people how to cook good food. The network seems to think The food is secondary. I would take Molto Mario over any show that has aired on their network in the last decade. Someone said, this review makes me want to watch it because it sounds hilariously awful. Also, you're funny and should write more. Interesting. I know somebody here told me they liked her cooking show. In July of last year, of 2023, Trisha said, we're not done with the show. There'll be more Trisha's Kitchen. We're just working on a kind of 2.0 version. Well, I don't know if she ever got it up right there. And then she's selling the house, which was where she filmed the show. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's see a little bit about so let me just see if we just can find Sanctuary Place. Is that it? No. It did seem to be, just looking over here, a little bit overpriced. For the area, I mean, that's why I want to show. I mean, I think they really had it priced probably just because they thought somebody wanted to live in their house, right? Let me go to the recently solds. Here it is. I'm so sorry. Sold on October 2nd. I should have just did this first thing. Come on. Okay, let me pull this over. Come on. Oh my goodness. This is so freaking annoying, isn't it? Come on. I think this hurricane or something is doing something to the internet. This is because somebody said Kevin said, well, his system was running slow all day. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to stop touching my computer for a minute. Told this wants to get over there. Okay, you want to get over there now? I'm going to try like a third time to move you over there. Okay, we did it. Let's let it come into, get that. I'm having a vitamin, 2 vitamin C, okay? There we go. This is odd, this coffee table. What are those things on there? That looks odd. This looks odd too, okay? And the reason I say it looks odd because to me that's like Jimmy. We'll hang the mirror up, honey. We need special screws. We have to make sure we hit a stud. We don't want anything falling down. That's all that reminds me of. Why would you have one mirror in front of the... That looks crazy. Look, nothing of theirs is up on the wall. It's crazy. And this looks very odd hanging here. And this brown toilet looks really bizarre. I like built-ins, but that doesn't look functional. How can you open these drawers with the bed against there? Unless it's just, I don't know. Very odd. That's nice. Al probably likes all this very light furniture. I don't. Is this for her show? I hate open shelves like that. I absolutely hate it. I hate having a kitchen sink that you're staring at a wall like that. That's horrendous. Why would she have that? If you had to have a kitchen sink like that, I would have done something really spectacular with tile, like a focal point. This is horrendous. Did they build this house? If that was the kitchen for the cooking show, wow. Look how small it is. It has hardly any cabinet space. Is that really the kitchen for her cooking show? I don't even see a big pantry or something. Anybody that watches the show, is that where she films it? That's a little bit ridiculous. I can see why they were waiting on a buyer. And then look at this. She's got this other, like, freaking... Look at these old... This has to be an old house. I thought she said that they built this house, but these are old cabinets. Look at the arches up here. These are like something they took out in the other kitchen. And she's got Formica, and that's her washer hookup. And again, a sink essentially looks at the wall. Sorry, this is not meeting the caliber that you would expect. I clearly see why they had trouble. That's a really old-fashioned style pool too. Look at the ground. Look at all the holes and stuff in there. I don't know. That's a little weird. Let's read about this thing because that doesn't even make much sense. I thought they said they built this. Nestled in the prestigious heart of Brentwood, this extraordinary historic estate spans 4.42 acres of pristine private grounds, offering a blend of timeless elegance and modern convenience with 2 gated entrances. The residence ensures privacy and the ease with 9-camera surveillance, creating a sanctuary of sophistication and tranquility. Step inside to discover expansive rooms adorned with lovely trim work and pays. Okay, I mean, let's go to the, I want to see when this was built. Okay, so this wasn't a new build. Tax history. Listing removed in 2014. It was listed for $4.5 million in 2023. It was removed in November of 2023. It was listed again in April for $3,950,000. It was removed in August. It was listed again in September, on September 11th, $3,800, and it was sold for $3,340. So interesting. Let me check on you guys. So I ended up. Hi, Oliver. I do not like the front window. No landscaping. Lots of holes in the landscaping. Looks like IKEA. Do they have gophers? A home is not really messy if it has a lived-in look. It is pristine and not looking very homey. Is it 3 floors? I don't know, Kevin. The house is very tidy and well kept. Yeah, okay. I mean, it should be for the photos, right? It's all staged. They already took all their personal things out of there. Let's see. Oh, you watched. Hi, Nora. You watched Officer and a Gentleman? Hello, Sassy Dorsey. Okay, but I wanted to show you. Okay, that was sold we were looking at. But now, well, now we saw that house, right? So let's say that we were looking, hold on a moment, to buy, right? I think it's amazing that they got someone to buy it for that price. But let's see what else these people could have picked from. What is going on? I just saw a whole bunch of things. Buy. This is for, but okay. Okay, so here's one. Let's just take a look at this one compared to the one we just saw, right? This is less than they paid. It's probably not on as much acreage. I'm not a big fan of that. Kitchen I like better, but there's something wrong with these cabinets. There's too much space here. It's not, doesn't look custom. Looks weird. Why would they drop that? You should have put that up. You don't have, probably don't have even have enough room to put tall blenders or something under there. At least the kitchen sink is not looking into the wall. But I think this house is like $1 million less than your woods. It probably doesn't have as much land, but it has, look, it even has a slide into the pool. And it has a finished basement. This is weird right here. That is really, that carpet is messed up. Wow, they should have ripped that out. That's disgusting. It's a sewing machine. I was in a house recently like this that had, well, they had like this den back there. It wasn't have those. Not a fan of this carpet. It looks pretty disgusting. It has an elevator. What does this say here? Live simply, dream big, be grateful, give love, laugh lots. This just doesn't even fit here. This is like something for like the Dollar Tree. It's amazing when sometimes you go and look at this stuff, right? Alyssa, what are you doing, girl? Where have you been? We're trying to compare. You don't care for that. I don't care for it either, honey Flora. It just, yeah. I was just trying to see what somebody had a choice of when they're looking at the Yearwood's house. I don't know. What was the land on that? I don't know, but I finally stayed up to catch a live. Well, we're on earlier. Sometimes we have sales earlier and all that stuff. What's going on? What do you think about this Sean Diddy Combs stuff? These lawsuits that are going around, and Garth Brooks. Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks selling their Tennessee house. What are they going to tidy away? I'm sure that they all have, you would think, their assets protected, right? I'm just trying to see what somebody would have to choose from, because I just don't think that let's just take a look at this one, okay? This one is still less than theirs, and I remember we looked at that one house in Tennessee and it was so cheap and it had an indoor pool and everything. Oh, I just wrote you. I hate P Diddy. He had my favorite rapper killed, allegedly, Tupac. Yeah, they're looking into that, right? I like that kitchen better than Trisha's. Where's the sink? Over there. Well, Diddy, do you think he's going to get bail on Thursday? We should take a poll, right? What the heck is with... Sorry, these are like... not favorites. No pool here either. Thanks. All right, I'm done with this. None of those houses, that area, it just doesn't even, it's not appealing. So Alyssa, what's going on? Yes, I've known it for years. You've known it for years? What do you know? Do you want to come up and talk? You know it for years? Diddy has a bail hearing on Thursday. He does. Can you talk about it? What you know? Have you read his baby mom's book? No, I thought they said there is no book or something. They went back and forth on that. Whether there was a book, whether there wasn't a book, I don't know. You want to come up? All right. Tell everybody in the Zoom they have to get dressed because I'm going back in the big Zoom. Put all your clothes on. Back into the big Zoom I go. I'll give you the number, Alyssa. Hang on. Hang on, Alyssa. I'll give you the number. Trying to find the big Zoom. Party's over, guys. Your Zoom party is over. We're crushing it. If I can get back into Zoom, maybe. Alyssa, email me because I want to make sure I have your right email. You remember my email? Do you remember my email? I got to work on my thumbnail for tomorrow. I had it all ready, and then I don't know what possessed me. Got rid of it and thinking like, how stupid. I could have just changed the date. I had everything ready to go. I have to do it all over again. Okay, we're coming back in. That's your warning. I'm just in the tent. Okay, Alyssa, hang on. What is everybody? Is this a silent movie?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's a movie.
I was just making sure. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like you were all plants. Okay, Alyssa, I'm sending you the number. I hope that I remember your email right.
We just all muted because she's coming up to talk.
Oh, okay. It just is a little scary. All right. Let's see now. Alyssa. I'm not sure which one it is. I've got a few different ones for you. Send me an email because I don't want to send it to the wrong one. And some lunatic comes up here. I'm waiting for her email. Did she say she's emailing me?
She listed where it's from in the chat.
Oh, all right. Let me see. Okay, I found one for you, but it's
She just said, oops, I'd done the wrong one.
Yeah, I have one from 0 minutes ago. Should I respond to that or that's wrong? I hope this is right. I'm sending it the one that you just sent from. There you go. I hope you get it. Okay, good. Disney World closes all parks as Hurricane Milton barrels towards Orlando. I thought it wasn't going. Tampa mayor issues stark warning. If residents ignore Hurricane Milton evacuation orders, you're going to die.
It could be outer bands or stray rain that's going through there.
Okay, this is something that I've never seen in my life, says Mayor Jane Casto, about the powerful hurricane. She has delivered a stark warning to those in the path of Hurricane Milton. Leave or you'll likely die. The 63-year-old issued the warning during an appearance on CNN on Monday, October 7th, about 48 hours before Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall. Milton had rapidly intensified earlier that day and eventually developed into a Category 5. Is it still Category 5? Castor urged residents in the Tampa area to escape the area while they still can.
It's
Those
still
who remain,
a 5.
What?
It's still a 5.
Okay. Those who remain, she added, will be in grave danger. An aerial view of a home that was... Currently, Milton is expected to bring 10 to 12 feet of storm surge to the Tampa area. This is something that I have never seen in my life, Castor told Collins, and I can tell you that anyone who was born and raised in Tampa Bay has never seen anything like this before. People need to get out. The storm has moved a little bit slower than initially projected, but remember, do not get wedded to the cone. Do not get wedded to where the projected landfall is. You could have a wobble either way. Alyssa. Hi. Where'd she go? Over there. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good.
Can I
Missed
ask a question?
you.
Can you ask a question? Yeah.
Did you give a DNA sample before you came in, Alyssa?
What?
I can't find it.
A
Just
DNA sample?
yeah, just kidding.
He's just kidding. Oh boy.
I can't see you, Mommy. Where'd you go?
You can't see me?
No.
You're sitting in the dark. I see you. Hi. See me, waving?
Oh, now everything went dark.
Can you see
Oh,
me?
wait. Oh, now I can see everybody. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yes,
you've
I am
known
sitting in the dark. I'm
you what?
laying on my back because my little scoliosis thing on my back hurts, and my cat's laying on there. I was gonna put on the light, and he's on me. So
Oh, okay. Does your are you in? Where are you? Are you still in the South, or did you go back to California?
no, I'm still in Arkansas. So it's like the time difference was easier for me in California because it was 2 hours earlier. So I have to stay up later for the lives out here, which kind of sucks, but I do still catch up. But I like the lives best.
Right. So what happened? Are you living alone?
No.
Still with your guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, like he was doing really good for 2 years, and he recently messed up like 3 months ago.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that like has been really sad, like really sad. Because he was doing so good. Like he
Right.
was, I mean, 2 years is the longest. And like when I say like he was treating me like a queen, he really was. And I was like happiest that I've ever been. And
Have you got him back on track?
he is now, I think. I don't know about if he's still on. So basically, what happened was he got an IRS notice in the mail, and he had been getting these IRS notices for about 10 years, and he was away for a while, and he was getting sued for his inheritance, but he didn't know needed to pay taxes, and he had done a lot of time, and so he just like put them away, like there's nothing you can do about it. And then when they hit me up in 2020, I called a lawyer and I talked to them and they're like, no, they're past the statute of limitations. So I called them and they said the same thing. So then, all of a sudden, this year, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you owe $130,000. And so I could just tell the look on his face, like, it was just like, I just knew it was too much for him to handle, and I was really worried about it because he was trying to hide it from me, and I was
Right.
like, no, don't do that, you know?
I wonder if you can backtrack with the right paperwork and just
Well,
file it late and have a lot less bill.
yeah, I think, well, I've called so many freaking lawyers, and like, at first it just ended up being so overwhelming for me because I get really bad anxiety. And
Right.
like the fact that he was like, I didn't even see the first one, like, so I wasn't seeing anything upset. And then I got really upset and mad because I'm like, why are you hiding stuff? And then he took, I thought this was innocent enough because I know he takes, I know he takes like energy drinks and stuff for work. And I don't think that he really realized what a kid's Adderall would do to him.
Oh no. So you got
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we learned. And it was not good. So, because this guy at work was gonna throw his kid's Adderall out, and he was like, "Oh, Adderall." He's like, "I think my wife took
Let
that."
me ask this question.
Sure.
Did it make him mean?
I didn't even
Yeah.
know. I didn't know that he was on it, but it made him. It made him look for other women on the internet.
It made him look what? Look where?
Look for other women on the internet.
Because some of them get sexual with it.
They do.
Hypersexual.
He did. And that's the part that really hurt the most.
It's common though.
Yeah.
Just consider the combination of everything.
Well, I did.
Got him on the right track.
I did. And he did get on the right track, and it was really quick. And even though I saw like the messages, he said he wasn't with anybody and he didn't stay out or anything like that. I was kind of like, okay, he's back on track. We're just gonna forget about it. And I was finally happy. You know, I forgive, you know, if you're honest, as long as you're not.
If you can accept that, you'll feel better.
And I did. But then what made me not feel better was right after that, like immediately after that, he was talking about that he wanted to try doing testosterone
Oh gosh.
shot. Yeah. And my ex-boyfriend, one of them did testosterone shots, and he was horny all the time.
They'll have that, and they'll also get mean, and it puts
Me, oh my gosh.
it makes them mean.
Totally. So not only have I already forbidden from doing this previously, but you just got caught doing what you did after everything that you've already put me through past. And I just forgave you, and then literally like one day later, you're telling me that you're gonna do this? And I'm like, no, I forget it. And he goes, okay, I won't do it.
Yeah, you'll have to be the one to put the brakes on it.
Yeah. Well, so he did it anyway.
He got the testosterone?
Yep. Completely lied about it. Even though I told him it was a deal breaker. And he did it. He literally just stopped. Well, I don't even know if he stopped because he lied about stopping twice. even lied to my best friend. I haven't been talked to or treated like that from him since like he was really on drugs, and he was like straight on drugs, like, and wouldn't get off, like, it's like 2012. You know, like, even when we came out here, he would still like get off something. He wasn't as nasty as he was before. And so like I literally have been completely depressed for the last 3 months, and I've just been like not been able to get out of bed.
You,
Or
you gotta
like,
try to put the focus on you to try to get back up.
yeah. So today it was like, you know, I've been like stuck in bed, and I was like, I need to get up, I need to get out of bed, I need to take a shower. I'm not gonna cry all day today. Like, because I've been like bawling, like every single day. And I've been like I don't want to like, you know, unalive myself, but
No.
I have talked about it, you know, and because I do have, you know, anxiety and depression, and it's really hard, like when, you know, when somebody is like puts you all the way, you know, the way that you've always wanted to be with them. And then like who I've been with on and off for my more than half my life. And
Right.
I felt more the happiest that I've ever been.
You have to use all your strength and get back up
You know?
and show him that you're going on and that he's going to stop his stuff.
Yeah.
That you can,
Because I can't handle him like this. Like he's
yeah,
nasty on this stuff. Like,
but you got to be able to function.
yeah. And so I looked up I looked up some kind of therapy. I wrote it all down.
Do you have you don't have a therapist?
Well, I have a therapist, but I want to get one that does this. It's called like poly something theory.
What is it?
But poly something therapy. Poly trail therapy. It's betrayal therapy as well. It's basically betrayal therapy. And then like I just watched it this morning, and like it really hit me. And I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to try with all my heart and all my soul to do this, because I only get one life. And I've taken, you know, more than half to dedicate to him, you know, and trying to fix his life and make him, try to make sure he doesn't overdose or do anything. But it's like in the process now, like he's taking away mine. Like I want to go back to being me.
Right.
And yeah, because I mean, honestly, mommy, like it's just been like so bad. So
Is he working?
yeah,
So he's going to work and everything. He's kept the same job.
yeah. I mean, they think they think they love him at work. They think he's a really hard worker. He works 12 hours a day, sometimes 6 days a week. He works a lot. You know, he still provides and everything, but it's the mental abuse. It's the gaslighting, and it's like it's just I think back and I'm like, did I used to believe this stuff, or am I just more informed now? Because why is everything that comes out of your mouth like gaslighting and like manipulation, and like it's almost like sociopathic. Like every time he's on drugs, he does become a sociopath. But like since I've been out here, he gets off of them so fast. I haven't felt like so bad like that for so long. So it's been like, it's just completely broken my heart, broken me down so bad.
How old is he?
He's 40, he's gonna be 47 on October 29th, or 28th of this month. So 47, you would think that you would.
Well,
You gotta pull yourself back up at this point.
Yeah. And today I felt really good. Like, I was like, okay, I've only been using those wipes to like wash yourself instead of showering. Like, I hadn't showered in like months. When I tell you, like, I couldn't get out of bed, like, I have not been able to get out of bed for 3 months. And it just so happened when the last baby was up, and she went to her daycare September 28th. So right after that, so I haven't had anything to do, and I just left.
wait, weren't you a nanny?
Yeah, but I started doing daycare from my house.
You started doing daycare from your house, and then what happened? It didn't.
Oh no, it's been good, but the little girl, she was just getting older, and so
So she was your last one, and then you never got any more kids?
not since this September, but it usually takes like about 4 months. But the problem is I haven't been actively working. She did say that she gave 2 nurses my phone number, but they haven't called me.
What about substitute teaching or something that gets you out of the house?
I mean, I was talking to one of my friends about that. Like, something to get me out of the house might be better. But like, I don't know, like that thing with my lung, when I almost died from the pneumonia, I get really out of breath really bad. So I can't do like a whole lot of standing, or like not something too energetic. Like I think I can do something that I can sit down.
Okay. What about, what did you try? What about being a receptionist or something?
I think something like that, like maybe front desk. I was a front desk.
Right. And maybe you feel better if you get out of the house.
I think so too. Because even the other day when I walked to the office, I was like, oh, and I was like, it's beautiful out here, like. And then I just like took off my shoes and let my feet, be on the grass, and I was like, oh.
See, you're in it all the time. You're not getting any break from it, see?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
So you're living at 24 hours a day. He's gone 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
You got to concentrate on getting yourself back up.
Mm-hmm. Do you have friends?
Yeah, I've got, I made one friend out here, and then I still have my good friend from California. Like, so I talked to those two.
Maybe, what about, have you ever gone to Al-Anon?
No, I did it online. But I'd rather do this therapy and just like, I don't even want my therapy to talk specifically about him, because I want to heal. Like they said, like even if that person's still around, you could still start to like get better. Because I feel like I don't know, I'm tired of focusing on him. And I know like Al-Anon will like help me like think of ways and like think of stuff, and like, I know like I gotta set a boundary. I know like whenever he's like when I found him actually high in the house or drugs, and like, yeah, I kick him out. Like, but as long as he's sober, I've let him been in the house. But this is this is like just a whole new betrayal to me. Like, this has been more cold than anything. Like, to be a complete horrible person, like, for 3 months. Wow. You know, I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out. Like, where's your empathy? Do you have any? Like,
Yeah, well, that's why you gotta take care of yourself, because you can't control his behavior. You can't
yeah,
change it. He's gotta want to do all that, and it's just driving you crazy and making your life miserable.
I know.
The only thing you
know.
can do is your own life, you know. And I think, I don't know, you've got to get on and get out of the house a little bit, and because you're in a bad cycle.
I know. I see it like not ever gonna change. Like, I really had hope this time, and I was so happy. Like, the most happy I've ever been for the first time in my life. I
Right.
never felt that happy. That's the part that I'm trying to mourn.
And see, she's being drove crazy by his behavior constantly.
Hmm.
But you got to put it on you. And it'll be the hardest thing you do. You got to get back up, though.
I know today was like my last day to cry. I told myself, I was like, my last day to cry. I'm not gonna, like, if I needed that, okay, but like, I'm not gonna be like a sobbing ball of, you know.
But so are you just so when he comes home from work and you're like, how are you eating it? And what are you doing? Who's doing the shopping? How are you taking care of yourself?
I mean, he'll bring home food, and I mean,
He's not upset that you're just staying in bed all day?
he just doesn't care. Like, it's like
He's not upset about it because he knows that he put her there, see?
yeah. And then if I get upset about it, like, why are you doing this to me? And he's like, how do you think I feel? And I'm like, I didn't do anything though. So like then it started to get to be the point where his anger and this man, grown man, raising his voice like that is just like making me really hate him.
That's when you need to remind him of the true crimes out there that more and more are picking up a hammer.
I know, right? They need to bring back naps. Is what they need to do. I mean, they say that, you know, most of the killers were men, but my friend Megan and I have a theory that women just, we don't get caught because we're smarter.
Oh, everybody gets caught now, so that's not the answer. But
I know.
yeah, and we don't want to have you as a subject
just
recovering.
kidding.
Yeah.
She's just really in a man-hating mood, you know, with
Right.
her baby daddy.
But have you left him at all?
No. No. Well, remember when he was, I mean, the closest we had to leaving each other was when he was in that cult. When he was in that drinking cult.
They're probably both helping pay the bills, too.
Who?
You're both paying the bills?
No, just him right now.
We'll see.
Because I just thought, yeah. But, like, I mean, I made much less because when you have a daycare, it's cheaper than just being like a private nanny. But I'm mostly a private nanny for my home because, I can't handle more than one kid anymore. It's just so hard. Like, unless they're siblings, then it's okay. But, like, gosh, you bring one baby, And then you bring one toddler, only one of them.
That's a lot. Yeah, if you're just having you're out of breath and stuff, and you're running after.
Sure, huge tablet. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's what I'm saying. So you'd probably do better off.
there.
Even I don't know. Like I said, even being front desk or something in a hotel or.
Yeah, I really like being front desk actually.
Right, and you'll meet a lot of people, which I think would be good for your, emotional being and give you something to get up for each day, and not just sit there and wallow in, what he's doing, not doing, or,
Yeah.
because I think you're taking on so much of it, like you want him to be clean or whatever, and every time he does something, it's something else. Now, somebody just said, I guess the testosterone replacement therapy can be good for some people, but they said something about it could get bad if it's like abused or something. It could be like steroids.
Yeah. I don't think for 1 second that he would be a good candidate for it because
No, because he probably has a very
is
addictive
abuse.
personality, and
Yeah.
that makes a lot of the stuff that he takes he wants more and more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little bit is doing this, let me have more.
I hated a guy that was on testosterone. He was such a jerk. We fought all the time. Like,
But he is on the testosterone?
See, they can get rage from that too.
yeah, the roid rage, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he said that it should be wearing off, but I'm still getting an attitude like I'm arguing with somebody that's like 18. Like, I swear, like, if I say, like, you did steroids, it's like, I feel like he's almost gonna say, no, you did steroids. I mean, that's how ridiculous this gaslighting is. It's
You
like,
gotta find out how to get your control back to lead the situation.
yeah, and that's why I told him, I'm like, you gotta go. And the bad part is, I got this loan.
This what? Alone?
A loan, yeah. Like, it would have been easier if I didn't have that damn loan, but it's almost as expensive as the rent. And I just thought he was going to be around. And no, he's not. And
Well, then maybe, getting something, some kind of a job outside, even could be even working, and I know you don't want to stay on your feet or something, but
It'll get you out and get you some money.
yeah, I definitely going to have to do something.
yeah, and then you'll feel better once you're doing something, you can bring whatever, like, I don't understand what the taxes are that he owes, but that's, because he wasn't making any money, right? So that's all on an inheritance or something, you said?
Yeah,
And you can write off so much of a certain amount inheritance that you don't have to pay taxes on. He's missing his paperwork for all that time, so it's probably accumulated with fees what he owes.
yeah,
But there's a lot of money they can inherit and not have to pay taxes on.
Yeah.
But you got to look at that too.
I didn't even think of that.
I think it's a lack of filing the paperwork
Well,
to figure out how to backtrack and get that reduced way low.
I mean, yeah. Gotta be able to do
So, I'm just not to change the subject, but what
Yeah.
you knew about Diddy? You said?
Yes, I did. I don't know if it's just because I lived in California, and like we all were Tupac lovers, all of us. And I was in 8th grade when he got shot and died. And or I was a freshman in high school, I can't remember, but me and all my friends were just like completely devastated. And I mean, his rap was just so like deep and beautiful, and it was like poetry, and he was a genius.
And you think Diddy did him in?
Oh yeah, he did. And in that, okay, so that Kim Porter, her book is released, and it's on YouTube, and there's a few people like just reading it. Or I don't know if you can get it anywhere else.
I don't know. I've heard, see, there's a lot of things they're saying are not real. Like they're having people say things that aren't real, and I mean,
I've heard about that. I mean, I've heard.
Aren't the kids saying that their mother didn't write that?
Yeah, but like,
I have no idea.
I don't think those kids would know, because she, in the book, she put like, this will, affect my kids, but this has to be out here. And all I know is like, well, basically, it says that,
I can't hear you that well.
Oh,
Can you-
sorry.
That's better. Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if all is true,
Right.
but it sounds pretty darn accurate. What, coming from what a lot of the, like, a couple of his people that worked with him, and like people that knew her, and like a lot of people can back up like a lot of her stories.
And what do you think of the people that was saying this 4 years ago, or even further back, that they made them out to be lying and crazy?
About P Diddy?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I always thought that they were telling the truth about P Diddy. I could always tell that he was afraid and creep.
Because there was Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
There
So-
was Jaguar, right?
Yeah. Yeah. At first, I kind of thought she was kind of
Cat
kooky.
Williams.
Yeah. At first, the first Jaguar,
Right.
I
Okay.
kind of thought she was kind of goofy. But
Right.
then, like, those are stories I've heard a lot. 'Cause I don't know, I've heard a lot of stories for a long time. And, we'll do one thing. We found out that Orlando Brown, like, the other guy who's in prison, what is his name? I can't even think of his name. But the one who said that Orlando Brown shot him.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, no, I can't think of
I forgot what
say
it
it again. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Diddy
Oh.
recording.
Well, basically, he's just like some
Freak offs is very.
gross guy. But yeah, P Diddy gave him $1 million to have Tupac done, and they knew that if they brought those guys down there for the fight in Vegas, that they would be getting in a fight because of their necklaces, because Orlando had stolen one of the guys from not Bad Boy, what was the other name? Whoever.
Dr.
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
I can't think what
I
their
can't
name
even
is.
think of it right now either.
They're
Death
East-
Row.
Death Row. They're East Coast.
They were West Coast. P Diddy was East Coast.
Shocker, I'm wrong.
But so yeah, because well, that's kind of why I thought we all knew that because like I lived on the West Coast and like we all love Tupac. I mean, he's like he was like the
So
you know
why was Tupac killed? Because he knew too much? What was it?
well in the book it says that Kim
And
Porter slept,
too.
huh?
And Biggie was shot too.
And that was
That
basically
happened
for
in
money.
96 and 97.
Yeah. So Biggie got killed because um he was leaving Bad Boy and P Diddy was like, well, he's gonna make me no more money at all anyway, and I'm not gonna hire him any bodyguards. And yeah, I'm gonna send him to Cali. And that was right after Tupac died. So everybody was like, they knew that P. Diddy and or Biggie shot him the first time
And I was
in the
telling Carol
studio.
that there's a group of about 8 people that have come up dead in that group.
Oh yeah, the bad boy. Because like yeah, basically everyone that P. Diddy works with, like are all unalive.
Well, but what about Usher? I mean, what about Usher bringing Bieber in?
That is so disgusting. Like that makes me want to cry. Like I cannot believe that was just that's something I didn't know. I never heard that. I did hear about Usher going to P Diddy's fate flavored or puffy flavored camp. It was called.
And they
back
said
then.
that, yeah, he got assaulted and then ended up in the hospital.
Yeah. And then
Even P. Diddy's at 13.
Right. And then he recruited, he was like 30 years old when he recruited Justin because he's
yeah,
like 46 now, isn't,
yeah.
what's his name? Usher, like 46.
He's got a Vegas residency. Just thinking, because at first when I heard that he did that to him, I was like, poor Usher. And then when I heard that that Usher did that to Justin, that just broke my heart because now I understand why that poor child. Like, I can't, I mean, did you see the clip where he's talking to him about giving him
The Lamborghini?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. They're all resurfacing all those clips and come on now, like Diddy's hanging out with a 15-year-old without.
Yeah.
What about the clip they show of him patting Justin down?
Yeah, that was weird
He's got
too.
a wire on and he's whispering something in his ear.
He's what, patting Justin down?
Checking him like if he's got a wire on.
Fire. Yeah.
Oh,
it was
really?
Weird.
The way he patted on him, it's a clip I seen.
Yeah, me
And then
too.
he leans over and he's saying something to him.
He's
He was
whispering
on
in his ear.
everything like if you had a wire on.
Yeah, like at first you kind of look at it and it kind of looks like he's like just going like, yeah,
Yeah.
like trying to get his attention, but it's pretty obvious when they say that he's literally touching him everywhere to see if he's got a fire on. After they said that, it was like, oh, he really is looking to see if he's got a fire. And then I'm like, and I was like, why would Usher even be friends with Diddy anymore? Why would Justin Bieber? But they say that it's because of a trauma bond. I don't really know anything.
I heard them talking and saying something about a trauma bond.
Yeah, because and then one of the I don't know which guy this one was, if he was an old security guard or somebody. not the regular one, not Sheen, but the other one. Somebody heard, oh, this is disgusting, was they heard like butt claps and somebody like moaned in pain. And like really like hard and fast. And it was P Diddy and this rapper named Meek Mills. I don't know anything that he raps. Do I don't pay attention to rap at all?
No. How did Kim Porter die?
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
And she was 47.
She died. What year did she die?
I think it was 2017.
So before COVID, right?
Yeah. It wasn't COVID pneumonia.
No. It's weird.
Well, if you're in her book, what it says is weird, which is the only part that made me think, is this true? Because, like, I heard the whole book being read, and then, like, it was kind of like nothing new because I'd already heard about this freak off. So I was like, oh, this doesn't really seem like anything new. Like, she was just talking about how they would do that type of thing. And then that's how that whole, why he hated Tupac so much, it said in the book, is because Tupac slept with her. And apparently she enjoyed it. And he was like, yeah, but like P Diddy is so jealous. I don't even know why. And he's like, yeah, but he doesn't have as big as like mine. And then he was like, he's all pull out. And then he told Tupac to pull his out. And he was like, what? You know, and then they were like, what? What are you doing? Why are you making this weird? And then, like, P Diddy got all competitive and was like, I'll show you right now. I'll show her that, you know, I can pleasure her more times than he did. And then, like, Tupac was like, this is getting weird. I'm out of here. Like, why are you being like that? And then, but that's, and then, obviously, Tupac didn't want to do him. He wasn't bisexual, so he was bummed about that. He was probably embarrassed about it. So.
I don't know. Oliver, I didn't see that Lori Vallow. I saw that he was going to do that, and I really didn't think there was going to be much there because of what he said prior to that. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it, Oliver? Was there anything earth-shattering? Oliver's saying she blamed Tyler for murdering JJ. And then, Tylee? She blamed Tylee for doing that?
Oh.
And then unalived herself. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
I can't even stand looking at her. I can't watch her at all.
That's crazy. Yeah, and she burned herself too? Come on. And
I know, right?
And who buried the kids on come on. That is so dumb. It's not even funny.
She really is not.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that. Apparently her son did an interview with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. And I don't know. I didn't listen to it, but he said it was. He didn't get to ask her what he wanted to ask her as much, and so I don't know. But Oliver said that she blamed Tylee for that. That's horrendous that she would do that. How come she never said that in her whole trial? That's crazy. How come, what's his name? Chad never said that in his trial. That's crazy.
tell him that he physically ill. And poor the grandparents loved that little boy, like they would have loved him.
She wanted to be cremated, Lori said. Yeah, if they had nothing to do with it and that happened, wouldn't they have called the authorities? Come on. That is just dumb. How come she didn't tell them during her trial? That is really crazy, Oliver. It's crazier than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think there was going to be anything, but that's just like a bunch of lies.
Have you covered the Wade Wilson?
What?
Have you covered the Wade Wilson?
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's a crazy case, right?
Oh, yeah.
And all those women all going after
They're
him.
giving him all that money. And, like, they don't even care that, like, oh, my heart just goes out to, like,
And the woman that one woman that he like beat up like crazy, that he messed up her face so bad.
yeah.
You know, and then I don't know. I hope I don't think she's going or doing anything with him, but I don't know. All those tattoos and it's such a crazy story because wasn't his mother was like 13 or something?
Yeah.
Wasn't she really, really young?
13 or 14, and the dad was 15.
No, I think it was like that she was 13 and the father was 14. It was something crazy. And then they adopted him out to somebody from the church. Yeah.
You know what I think happened is I think that, not that this is in any way an excuse, like, but they say that he was like such a sweet kid and everything, and he didn't start acting like a weirdo until he was 13, which they think was the math. And not like I always listen to the phone calls that they have on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also agree that he is on meth when he acts like that, because the last phone call I heard, he was like, "They're putting chemicals in my thing, like they're trying to kill me." And I mean, I think he had gotten some meth in there, and I think he was kind of losing it. But what I think happened was, because they didn't want to tell him that he was adopted until he was 18, and they had a letter to give him. And then, but he found out earlier.
Right.
And the fact that he was having like a midlife crisis, they said, or like not.
Well, how could he's pretty young still, isn't he? He's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant identity crisis.
Identity crisis. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and that was when he was like hit puberty, and like, you know, he's bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And so that since they're like super Christian, I think like maybe he thought that meant like I'm going to hell or something, you know?
Mm.
And then also he learns that that's not even his parents. And then also I wonder if maybe because he had to have been R-worded.
You know that girl he busted in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came across like, almost like if he was proud of her because she could take it or something.
He said that.
Yeah.
I know.
He told her that.
He did tell her that.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was like, she was like, well, I do have brothers, so I'm used to it. I'm like, no.
She said like her didn't just the way she described that was so.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, and just and why did he even kill that other lady that was walking?
I don't know. Well, when he was trying to confess to the cops in exchange for McDonald's cheeseburger that he never got. He was just like, he's just so disrespectful about these women. And he was just like, well, I figured it was an easy piece of ass. So I just pulled her over and, but what's weird is he leaves out the part of any piece of.
Yeah,
You know,
he doesn't say anything
so-
about that. He just says that
He
she
sure
has
didn't.
directions and he.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when they finally ask, well, did you have sex with her? And then he goes, oh, yeah, of course.
Mm.
And then it's like, no, you didn't. Like, no, you didn't. Not unless you raped her, which they later found out that she wasn't even raped. So he didn't do anything with her. What happened was he was trying to strangle her out and kill her and then try to do it, but she woke up. So he freaked out, pushed her out of the car, and
Ran her over,
Yeah. But then he was like, yeah, and they go, we just find this really hard to believe, Wade. This was a engaged woman with children. Like, I just don't believe it. She had to be to work in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
make any sense. And like, well, I'm sorry, but that's like,
I don't know.
who's
That
gonna
it
be
is.
like,
It is weird because the other girl, he went home with her, right?
yeah, the other girl. So the other girl, she, had been drinking. She was single at 35. And I mean, he was cute when he was. Well, no, I think he still doesn't even have teeth then.
He what?
I don't even think he had teeth when she messed around with him.
He didn't have teeth?
No, his teeth were busted then too, because he had just gotten out of prison. He just got out of prison for 5 days until he went back, and he had gotten his ass beat so bad, and they all busted his teeth out because he tried to have a gang tattoo for them to protect him, but they caught him boning another guy. And that's against their prison thing. So they kicked his ass and they messed up all his teeth. So, but I mean, yeah, he was good looking. So I guess, and maybe she didn't really see his teeth, it was dark.
And he's really tall, isn't he? He's like 6'6".
He is,
isn't
and
he?
I think, I think that's partially why, like, women are like, oh, But once you find out what he did, it's like, it's
But there's
awful.
there's still women that know what he did, and they're still.
Yeah.
Argue that one of the women would probably be willing to take a chance.
I know that's the thing. I'm like, I wonder if some of them, like, are they just into him because they know that he could never hurt them, or would they
I think
really
a lot there. No, there is
actually-
a study on women like that, and they like to know where he is, and then he's dependent on them, and that like they can, the ones especially like that are in for life, they like that because they know where they are, and they're needed. Really, I'm serious. And
I mean, I'll tell you what, that was the best boyfriend I ever had when he was in prison.
but
I knew where he was. He didn't lie. He didn't cheat.
right, and he needed you, and you had to go get whatever it is that they. But they like that, and it's just you see that and it's with men too. I mean, there's women that go after these men, and there's men that go after these women. Like there was a guy that going after Susan Smith, the one that drowned her kids, and look at Gypsy Rose. Okay, look how many people are like laughing that she had more men in prison than they
I know.
had.
Right?
I mean,
Is that what we gotta do to get a man around here?
and then
The joint?
I don't know. It's crazy. What do you follow,
Did you-
Gypsy Rose?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I did hear a little bit that she was like more involved in what.
Than
was
what she
going
said.
on.
Yeah, of course. And the
Yeah.
mainstream media just doesn't even know it, and they just keep
Or,
acting
like,
like she's
just
this big victim. And if you look at her interrogation, you know, she's way
Full
involved.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't take away the fact that it was really wrong what our mom did do, though. Like, I know she started.
But her mother
it.
didn't do all that stuff that they said her mother did. She didn't have all these surgeries, and so a lot of that is fake that came up after. Like her mother, her mother grifted with her. Her mother scammed with her.
Didn't they just verify about 4 procedures that she actually had?
Right, yeah. She didn't have all these surgeries. Like, she lied a lot, so much. And then even when she came out, she was telling people that her teeth and stuff from chemo, she never had chemo. She never had cancer. You know, she just lies so much.
Wow.
She lies so much. Even when she got out, she still lies like crazy. It's
I
just...
didn't realize that. I only saw this little part where they're like, where they show where she was over, well, like Hardifenstein had, like, over exaggerated the medication. It was just a medication.
Right.
But she did have her eat with a tube, though, didn't she?
Yeah, but she also had failure to thrive and stuff, and so they say that was necessary. And
So it was.
but then I think they just kept it in, maybe because like it helped her grift. But she could eat, you know. With that was she even went to the Waffle House with him, and then she said she got sick 'cause she had chocolate milk and she was lactose intolerant, and she didn't realize that, and I don't know.
I don't really think she's pregnant.
So I didn't think she was pregnant until they had that ultrasound, but I don't know how she's gonna fake that ultrasound because that was done at a real place. So I think she is pregnant, but it's just weird. It's the whole thing is so weird because she really didn't look pregnant. A lot of people think she has a fake belly and stuff, but come on, how long can she fake it? It's coming. We're almost in, you know, gosh, it's October. She might as well say it's almost November, December, January. She's due. I mean, she's not going to be able to do it. Hello, White Angel. We were talking about Wade Wilson. Did you follow that, White Angel? Wade Wilson. Now we were just talking about Gypsy Rose. And I just don't know how she's going to take care of a baby. I'm kind of scared if she does have a baby that...
Yeah. I just don't even know how she even became anything. I didn't even know she was like...
Celebrity, yeah. We make murderers celebrities, yeah.
Yeah, and then the second thing I see, like, I was like, oh, she's on there, and I'm like, wait, why would anyone want to watch her? I was like, I have no interest in doing.
I don't know. It's a lot of craziness. But this guy Ken, I don't think he's all into her. I think he's into the. I think when he saw her on Lifetime and he saw like all the notoriety, and then he saw like Ryan and probably the money. I think he just thought like, well, wait a minute. I was her first guy. What the heck? That should be me. And I think that's why he went back to her, truthfully.
I'm sure.
And I think the stepmother, she's like into him, okay? And she really pushed it. But I don't think that he's really into Gypsy. I think he's into the fame. He's into the money. He's into the spotlight, and he doesn't want Ryan. I think he had a personal beef with Ryan because Ryan was, you know, really outspoken about him coming around, and I think he's thinking like, well, why should you get any part of this? I want a piece of it, and that's what I think it's all about.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think either one of them are.
Yeah, I mean, and if even Ryan made a joke about, I wasn't taking a stab at Gypsy. Oh, that's a bad. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, stab at her.
Oh my God.
I know. And then he said he called her violent, and she said, "Don't call me violent." Like when they were together, and it's just it's.
Oh yeah, her little voice.
It's nuts, but she would get upset about everything. Like, he didn't say anything bad. Like, when she wanted to get the puppy, he was like, well, puppies are a lot of work. Like, big deal. A lot of people say that.
are.
Puppies are a lot of work. They are, right? And she said, oh my gosh, did you think I know that? She was like such a little brat, And then look what she did. She just abandoned the dog, and he's the one that's really caring for this dog. I mean, she just totally abandoned the dog. Just left him. Bye, Pixie.
Aw. Wow. Well, I wonder what she's gonna do with her daughter.
I don't know. And then they've got, Ken has a dog, but I think she's filming that Lifetime thing, and I think that's why her appearances are few and far between.
Did you see Casey Anthony is dating?
Casey Anthony, yeah. She's dating that guy, that married guy, and then they went up to Virginia, right?
Yep. I wouldn't expect anything
But see,
else
she's
from
not
her.
she's not hailed as nobody's holding her as a social media influencer or anything. But the mainstream media thinks that like Gypsy was this victim and that she didn't do anything, and they don't even care like how she preyed upon Nick Godejohn, right? Some guy that's
I
like,
know, and didn't he get live?
yeah. Yes. And she got, and she got 8.5 years. It's just crazy.
Wow.
Yep. Crazy. And what about Sarah Boone, the one that put the guy in a suitcase?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I saw that and he was like, I can't breathe.
I know. And she was supposed to have her trial starting this weekend, but the hurricane, that's been postponed.
Wow. And she lied right off the bat, too. We were playing hide and seek.
Right. Not intentional, but then now she wants to use the battered wife defense, like Jodi Arias, because that works so well for Jodi Arias.
Yeah. And did you forget that you didn't know it?
Yeah, it's crazy. And Jodi Arias took pictures of it, right?
Yes.
I can't believe she turned the plea deal down.
I can't believe it either. So they give her a plea deal of 15 years, and she's almost served 5. She should have taken it.
Oh my God, she didn't take that.
No. And now if she's convicted, it's like 22 years 22 and a half is the minimum. And just how stupid is she? I mean, not to take it. I don't know if she's going to have another chance before they start the trial, but man, if her lawyer advises against that, I can't believe it.
Stupid.
That's just dumb. Absolutely dumb.
It's usually really dumb to not take the plea deal.
Because how much of the 15 years would she have to serve? On a 15
Even if she had to serve 80%, she'd still get, I mean, I don't know. She still has a better deal than anything. She must really think she's not going to get convicted. I don't know how she could. Oh my gosh.
Oh, either. There's footage. That's not hide and go seek. You find the person and they get out.
Like that girl that killed, did you see that one that killed her mother? That 14-year-old? Carly? Yeah, Carly.
I don't think
You didn't see that one? Yeah, that was
How did
crazy.
she kill her?
With a gun.
Carly Gregg.
Oh.
Yeah, they came home and mother was a teacher, comes home and it's all on camera.
Oh, I did see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I thought it was a boy at first.
No, it's a girl.
From the video, yeah.
They gave her a plea deal too and she wouldn't take it. Now she's got 2 life sentences.
Oh my God. What are these people thinking?
I don't know.
She didn't take it?
Nope. She didn't take it, but in her, I mean, she's that was just so crazy. She looked, got the gun and just like.
Well,
shot
first
them.
I thought I didn't know the story, so I thought she was going to kill one of the dogs. And I know this sounds horrible, but I was just like, oh, thank God she didn't kill one of the dogs. But then I was like, that's really horrible too. But I can't watch anything where there's like an animal
Right.
being hurt. Like, they would have probably showed the dog being dead. Instagram's turning me into a freaking vegetarian now. All these videos, I can't help it. Peter keeps sending them my way, and I'm like, great. I was gonna have these for today, but you just showed me the cutest.
Right, and then there's the Delphi trial that's coming up with those 2 girls. You know, on that bridge in Indiana.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's
my
supposed to be
God.
coming up in, gosh, they said it was 10 days, but it's not going to be, someone said it's not going to be streamed.
It's not.
I guess not. I don't know.
Ah.
But yeah, there was a woman in here the other night, Laura, and she's like, I'm up in Indiana and I will give you updates and stuff live. Because, you know where that's going to be? I wonder how close Scooter is to that. Scooter should
Oh,
go
that'd
there.
be neat.
Yeah, Scooter should go there.
I know, right?
Be the,
It's the real good stuff. It's the good tale.
that'd be interesting. But I think I'm gonna take a. It was good to have you on, and if you ever, if you're around, there's always a Zoom, Alyssa. If you're feeling lonely or you're feeling you need to talk to somebody, you can just email. I'll give you a Zoom number because there's, even if we're not on the air, there's people here. You know. Yeah, just stay on for a second. Don't jump off. I'm gonna end the live here. Let me see, because and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have an interview at 2:00 with someone about something very interesting about your mental health. So you might want to tune in on that one at 2:00, and then we'll have the auction and then true crime after. So we'll see you there. God bless. Prayers. Love you guys. Take care. All right. Bye bye, everybody. Love you. Okay, Alyssa, just stay on for a sec.